single guy. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Jared.
Jared. How old are you?
I'm 38.
And what do you do?
So I'm a senior manager for a Fortune 500 company, and I'm also a baker on the side as well.
Okay, and now what are some things you like to do for fun?
So for fun, love hanging out with friends and family. It could be anything from playing spades to being at a cookout to, at a party. Also love working out. Fitness is very important to me. So those are a couple of things that are important to me that I like having, like doing.
Okay, and now what do you look for in a woman?
Honestly, someone who's beautiful inside and out. Someone who has a beautiful heart and amazing character. You always are looking for somebody who's very attractive, but looks feed in your character is who you are at your core.
Right.
Someone who loves a joke, have fun, loves to be around family. Also somebody who loves to work out. Just like I just said, it's important to me. So just someone who I can create a safe space for, to where I feel appreciated, and to also where she can feel like she's being loved correctly.
All right. Now, what are some deal breakers?
A woman who lacks emotional intelligence, right? At this big grown age, I'm 38. I've been through a fair amount of things. So I just love a woman who's able to communicate how she feels, whether it may be good or bad. Just being able to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. So we have not got any pop balloons yet. So let me hand you a pick. Everybody says this is the hard part, but I'm going to have you pop 3 balloons. Okay. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pop 3.
This is pressure. Okay. We'll go right here.
Okay. 2 more. And 1 more.
All right, I'm gonna go you. I apologize.
Okay, we'll actually start down there. Stay right over here. All right, if we can have your name and age.
Sophia, 36.
And Sophia, what do you do?
I'm a programming specialist for a sports network. I'm a DJ, designer, Sophia.com, and a music publisher.
Okay, so why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I like the way he dressed. He spoke very well, and just wanted to hear him out. So, yeah.
All right. And why'd you end up popping her balloon?
Honestly, it was tough. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
I just had to pick 3. The whole panel was amazing.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. We had another one over here. Your name and age.
Anita, I'm 37.
And Anita, what do you do?
I'm a contract analyst by day, and I'm a DJ and actress as well.
All right. And so why was your balloon unpopped?
He's attractive, and I liked what he has to say.
Nice. And why'd you end up popping hers?
Once again, I just had to pop 3. You're beautiful. You're amazing. I just had to pop somebody. I apologize.
Thank you.
And then
Here's my thing. Why are we apologizing for having to pop their balloon? Because we already understand that we're popping based on appearance alone. We're popping based on appearance alone. So it's okay to say that I just found the other women attractive. I'm sorry, you're beautiful. I'm sorry, I just had to pop. They know what they signed up for. They know it was a competition. So you could just be upfront. You know what? The other ladies caught my attention a little more than you did. It's nothing against you. You're very beautiful and everything. Boom. Done. Why are we apologizing? Because we're in the competition. We're in the competition. Why are we apologizing? That's like being on Ninja Warrior and you win first place only to go back to other contestants and say, I'm sorry, you getting a participation trophy. Come on. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that.
Last one over here, your name and age.
Nikki, 33.
And Nikki, what do you do?
I own a balloon delivery service.
Oh, coincidence. And so, Nikki, why was your balloon unpopped?
He's handsome, and I just wanted to hear what he had to say.
And why'd you end up popping hers?
I just wasn't honestly a fan of the gold in the hair. Other than that, you're very
No, fairy hair.
yeah, you're very attractive. Other
Thank
than
you.
that, yeah. So
I
that's
like
why.
to sparkle.
Work it, girl. All right. So I am now going to have you ask our remaining 6 ladies a question.
Okay. So the
Man, there is a lot of women on, like, just on this panel. It's a lot of women. Like the one that I did yesterday, Love Mountain, they had like 10 women on there. They had 10. And they experiment with a whole new setup and everything. But you can go to my channel and you can go see that one reaction that I did. But they have, man, he popped 3. Man, they got 9 on here.
first
Like,
question I had for the remaining ladies
that's a hell of a
is,
number, man. No wonder why this is an hour and a half. See, these are the ones that I be looking for. Like, let's
that
go.
you learned about yourself that you're going to take into your next relationship that make you a better person.
Don't ask him this question. Don't ask him this. You're literally asking for accountability here. What did you, or you're looking for, you're asking for accountability, not only accountability, and you're asking for awareness. You're asking a person to look at themselves and say, I did something wrong in this relationship, or here's something that I learned from this relationship that I'm going to do better and take it to the next relationship. Not many people take that type of reflection and take it forward. There's some men that don't do it, and there's some women that doesn't do it.
Okay.
But it's a good question. It's a great question.
Hi, my name is
I like
Shahira.
the
I'm
question.
35.
And Shahira, what do you do?
But I'm more eager to
designer.
see what their
I have my own
responses
footwear
are going to
brand
be.
for women with larger shoe sizes, 9 through 14.
Okay, nice. And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
Vulnerability is the number one thing that I've learned from my past, and just to be more open and communicative about my feelings. I would hold things in, and then it would just, come out in ways that wasn't beneficial to the relationship. So now I'm learning to communicate, be honest, be vulnerable, because I want the same in return. So yeah.
For sure.
Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Janaea Moore with 808 in Trinity. I'm 33.
And Janae, what do you do?
I'm a servant of the Lord. So I am a personal assistant. That is what I do right now, currently.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
So what I've learned, I would say I haven't been in a relationship since I've been saved. So now that I'm saved, it's really the Lord who's changed how I have relationships now. So I would say that what I've learned from the Lord is patience, having the fruits of the Spirit, patience, communication, understanding, just allowing someone to just not making assumptions on what they mean, maybe asking them, what do you mean by that? And just having a heart posture that is good.
Thank you. Your name and age.
My name is Jessica and I'm 36.
And Jessica, what do you do?
I am artistic director for a dance studio.
Okay.
And if you can just answer his question.
Sure. I would say something that I didn't do in my relationship that I'm focused on prioritizing this time around is making sure that I make my significant other the most important person. I think sometimes we allow time to get away from us and devoting too much time to other things, but just prioritizing quality time with that person.
Okay.
All right.
Let's start right there. So we got one person that said that they wasn't vulnerable in previous relationships, which I like the response, because depending on what you have gone through, you could limit your how your emotions and being vulnerable, depending on how somebody uses it against you. And that could be hard for you. I get that. I like that. The second lady, she kind of lost me. She said she hasn't been in a relationship since she's been saved, and the relationship that she had with God is what she's using for what she's gonna take in the next relationship. Y'all let me know in the comments, what do y'all think about her response? I have my opinion about it. I think that it's not a good enough reason. honestly, because I mean, yes, you can have a very spiritual and nurturing relationship with God, in certain people's popular opinion, but it doesn't equate to a actual relationship, like with somebody that, I mean, it all depends on how you look at it. I'm not trying to go against anybody or religion or anything, but I can see may turn into a religious episode. But y'all let me know what y'all thoughts about that. Do you think that she had a qualified answer or not? And then the last young lady, she said that, making her man the priority. So I wonder if what was in the way from making that man priority. I kind of want her to jump a little bit more deep into that. What was she doing to not make that man priority? Was it work? Was it family? Was it
Your name and age?
Katera Wilder,
whatever.
38,
Like, what
and I'm a
else was
biomedical
there
engineer.
for why
Now,
that
Katera, if you can
man
go
that
ahead
she
and
was
answer this
dealing with was
question.
not priority?
So for my previous relationship, I realized that love isn't enough. I was in a relationship and we loved each other deeply, but we needed more than just that. It needed to make sense in terms of logistics, like where we lived. It was a long distance relationship. And so as much as I want to have a partner, I want someone who's also intentional about making sure that they're ready for a relationship, like a marriage.
Okay.
Your name and age?
Liz, I'm 36.
Liz, what do you do?
I'm a business consultant for a software company.
A lot of smart ladies up in here today. All right. And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
I would say that the number one thing that I learned is how to be a better communicator. I would say at times I probably wasn't the best communicator, even little things like if I need more time to think before we have a conversation about an argument we just had, I wasn't the best at communicating that. So I would say how to be a better communicator for sure.
And our last lady over here, your name and age?
My name is Natalie. I'm 38 years old.
Natalie, what do you do?
I'm a licensed social worker.
And if you want to answer his question.
The one thing that I would take from my last relationship is that I was too forgiving of behaviors and words that were said. So for instance, if they tell me that they're not ready for a relationship, I need to move on. And in that fact, I was too forgiving and I would give too many chances to try and prove myself. And that is one thing that I know that I will be taking on moving forward, to not be so forgiving.
Okay.
Let's head on back. And now what about for yourself? What's something you learned from your last relationship?
Communication is key. Without communication, the relationship, it'll become stagnant, and you really won't know your partner like you should. So communication is key. And that's what I take.
Okay. So you did hear a lot of responses. It's now time to pop 2 balloons.
Now, I like the last ladies. I like their response. They had some very good responses, but he's probably gonna have to pop 2 balloons. And I have my predictions. I'm thinking the second young lady in the black is probably gonna go. Okay. He already looking that way. Like it looks like he's looking that way. First. I'm gonna say the second and third.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you pop your 2 first, and then we'll see why.
Right. Sorry.
Okay, and then one more.
They all had similar answers, so this is. Oof.
Oh, okay. So let's go to the one you ended up popping, and then we'll come back to her. All right. So why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Physically, I do find him to be attractive. The cliche of I want to hear him out and hear more of what he had to say. But yeah, so that was it, really.
I see. And why did you end up popping her balloon?
Honestly, you're attractive. You're amazing. I love your answer. But when you started talking, you got the gemstones on your teeth. And I just honestly just wasn't a fan of that. Yeah.
Hey, to each their own. What can I say? It's there, but I can take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not forever.
Like you put it yourself, or you had to get it implanted?
I put it myself. I've implanted.
No. Some people actually do that.
If I had to take it off tonight, I could take it off.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
But each their own.
Yeah.
Hold on, show turn to the camera. I want to see the stone in your teeth.
And then we did get
that
a
you put
pop
in
over
yourself.
here. Why'd you end up
I
popping
need
your
them.
balloon?
I need her to turn
I
to the
thought because
camera
I
so
feel like
I
when
I
was
want to
giving
see
my
this.
answers,
Like,
I could tell you were
show
just,
me.
like looking around, trying to figure some things out. So I just didn't feel that connection there when I was answering. But you're
Gotcha.
attractive. I love
I
your
appreciate
fit.
it.
Yeah, but just didn't feel that connection.
I know she's someone that's your type.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Honestly, it's difficult up here, you know, because everybody's attractive. So you're trying to figure something out on the fly, right? So I do apologize for that, but
No,
my
it's okay.
focus was on you.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, we now have 4 ladies left. Go ahead and ask.
So you popped your balloon because he was looking elsewhere. Okay. All right. Well, I guess. I mean, if that makes sense to you, I guess. You know, I didn't see it. You know, the camera's pretty much on her for the response, but I don't know. I think she should have let that kind of roll out a little longer and kind of see how it played out. But
Ask
I
them
get
another
it. She didn't
question.
feel the eye contact, and
So
she felt like
who's
his
the
attention
most
was elsewhere.
important
I feel
man
like
in
she
your
counted herself
life,
out
and what
ahead of the time.
qualities stand out
So
about him to you?
Okay, start their comeback. All right, who's the most important man in your life, and what qualities stand out about him?
It's definitely my father. He is a genuine person. He loves my mother. And I just feel like I've seen what it looks like to have a husband who is funny. He likes to have fun. He was actually at a probate yesterday because he's an alpha. And so he still has fun even in his old age. But he's also serious. And so, yeah, he is my example.
Okay.
Okay, what about over here?
I would have to echo her sentiments. My dad is the most important man in my life right now. He is just an extremely unique individual, and he always taught me to always be myself and to love people.
For sure.
And let's hear from you over here.
I'd have to say my grandfather. He's my favorite person in the world. He's so amazing. He just is a provider. He cares about us. He takes care of us. I mean, even now, like, he gets my oil changed. So, like, I'm just used to he's just somebody who he takes care of the household. He takes care of 2 households. So I just love him.
And what about here?
I would say the same. My grandfather, he was so kind, and his love for the Lord was amazing. Like, that's what I strive to be. And he just loved love. He recently passed away the day before Valentine's Day, and it's just so coincidental because, you know, he was just so loving, so kind. He was also a provider. I didn't have to think about anything when I was with my granddad, and he was 95, and that's exactly the kind of man that I want to marry one day. And he taught me about vulnerability and all that stuff. So I'm a completely different person thanks to my granddad. So
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, I'm gonna stop right there. I like the fact that all these young ladies have male role models. If not their father, their grandfather, but they had male role models in their life, and they could actually look at somebody and say, I don't think you're what I'm looking for because of how my dad treated me or what I got from my dad and everything like that. Like those little small things are pivotal, are very are the very things that are like essential to a child's growth for boys and girls. Like, just to have that role model or to have that first love and know that, hey, this is how I want to treat my future wife because of how my dad treated my mom or his wife. And then you have on the other end is that that first love from a daughter's like, you know, this is how my dad treated me. I'm not going to accept anything less. I'm not going to have anything less.
All right, I am gonna have you pop one balloon.
That was that. I love that. That was great. I loved all their answers.
Okay. So why was your balloon unpopped?
I knew she was gonna get
I
taken
think
out the
he's
game. I just didn't know
attractive.
when.
You
I
seem
called
well put
she was
together,
going.
and
She just didn't
like
go
you
when
have
I
a
thought
chin
she
on your
was gonna
shoulder,
go.
so
I
that's
just
why
want to
I didn't
clarify that
pop.
for the record.
Okay. And why'd you end up popping hers?
The other three ladies, they seem a little bit more outwardly extroverted than you. So that's the only reason why. You're beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you more of an introvert?
I turn both on and off.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. It's tough up here. I get it.
It's all good. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 3 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
Okay. Question would be, if there was one thing your partner could do that'd make you immediately smile and have butterflies in your stomach, what would it be?
Okay, let's go here.
I would say just like small touches, like touch me on my back or, just little things when I'm not expecting it. Just small, like not words of affirmation, but touches of affirmation.
Okay.
What about over here?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things. Thoughtful gifts. I like thoughtful gifts. They're nice. Yeah.
And over here.
I love to dance, and so I would just love to have a partner while we're cooking, just to like grab me, twirl me around, and just dance in the kitchen. That would just make my heart melt.
Okay.
Okay. And what about for yourself? I know they want to know.
Honestly, just words. Hey, like, how was your day? How are you? I was in a situation before where I didn't get that. So that resonates with me. So words of affirmation is my love language, my first one. So that's what it is.
All right. Time to pop a balloon. Oh, okay. Let's come this way. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
So I was like, I really didn't want to pop. I think you're attractive and I love what you
Appreciate
do. I think your career is great and like what you have going on. I'm very into men with purpose and who are high achieving. So I think that that's awesome. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, I just don't have anything to pop on him. But I do feel like you're a little bit older. I mean, I'm open. That's why I was like, should I wait? Because I'm open to dating somebody a little bit older, but I'm used to dating people who are maybe like younger looking. And so that's kind of it. It's not a lot. You're awesome.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And I just want I want them to have a chance. I want you to have a chance with somebody. Yeah.
Got you.
Now, she's someone that's your type?
Am I the only one that's confused by her response? I don't even know why she popped. What did she pop for? She gave him all these compliments and accolades, and she said that I'm used to dating somebody that is younger and that looks younger, but everything is so great about you, and I'm open. So did you pop because of your age and that he looks older? I don't get it. Does it goes back to that idea that you're gonna pass up something great because of like some little small things. You're pop because you're used to dating somebody close to your age. You pop because he looks older. Like honestly I don't think he looks older. Like I don't know. I don't think he looks older like she's saying. But I don't know. I don't know. That was a little interesting that happened. But we'll see. Let's see what he do with the other two young ladies. And then her statement with, "Oh, I just want to give him a chance," makes no sense whatsoever. What do you mean you want to give him a chance? But so you take yourself out of the running because you think you're gonna give him a better suitor on the other end? How do you know? I know what it is. Somebody just dropped it in the chat that she want to see her other options. She want to see the other options that's back there. If she's still in the lineup, by the end of this chat, by the end of this show, I'm trying to think, if she's still in the lineup,
For sure. I usually go for women who are a little bit
I
taller.
think about that.
But
I think
she's
I
very
think she's still gonna be in the lineup.
beautiful. Yeah,
I
so
think she's
definitely
still
my
gonna be in
type.
the lineup.
Thank you. All right, our 2 ladies left. Any questions for him? You ready? Okay.
Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years, getting a promotion with my company, and then also growing my bakery business. Yeah, so those are the 2 things that I see myself going in the next 2 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What about over here?
I'm curious about a life philosophy or motto and why that is for you, if you have one.
I won't necessarily say I have a life philosophy. One thing I always think about is, just striving for results and failing fast. If you have a short-term memory, you're able to like just move on to something else really, really quickly. And just having that mentality to where you just attack each and every day the same way.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're down to our final 2. It is time to pop a balloon. Oh, you had another question?
We'll follow up to that. Where do you see yourself? So I was looking for a specific answer. Do you see yourself getting married, having kids? Like, what's the family goals of yours?
My family goals is
Let me stop you right there. You're looking for a specific answer. Understandable. It's not every. I'm not gonna say. I'm not. Here's my thought on it, because I've been asked this question too. Would you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years? And my question is always about business and personal growth. It doesn't always include marriage. And it's not to say that I don't want to get married, but I don't want to speak for all men. So somebody drop it in the chat and tell me what your thoughts are. For me, it's always, how much more can I achieve? How much further can I get go up the ranks? Yes, I want to be in a relationship. Yes, I want to be married. But is it my first thought when somebody asks me that? No, because my first thought is provider mentality first. I need to move up the rank. I need to do this. I need to do that. I'm thinking about where I'm at right now, where I want to be, and it's always career focused. Understanding that he's on a dating show, he probably should have included marriage in there, because for some women, not all women, and I don't want to speak for any women, so throw it in the chat. Sometimes marriage is that first thought. Like, oh, well, I want to be married at a particular age, or I want to be married this, I want to be married that. But somebody threw in the chat. I knew she wanted that. But for men, and not speaking for all men, but speaking for myself, that's not my first thought when people ask me. Women have asked me that, and I've said the exact same thing that he said. And they were like, "Well, you don't see yourself getting married," and it throws them off, and they get like kind of upset about it. Like, "Well, why you didn't say you wanted to get married?" I mean, I'm thinking we talking about personal growth or something like that. Like, where do I see myself in the next 2 to 5 years? Owning my own business, doing da 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 da. That's what I see. I can't necessarily include marriage in there because that's a variable. It's not to say that I'm gonna meet somebody. It's not to say that I can't control that. What I can control is where I'm going to be at in 2 to 5 years. Owning my own business. If I do this, if I do that. If I'm solely focused on marriage, what kind of provider I'm going to be once I get into that relationship, if I didn't do the things I need to do to set the roadblocks.
Family, kids by the time I was 25.
That's my take on it. Y'all let me know whether y'all agree or disagree, man. Somebody throw it in the chat.
But in the next 2 years, going towards that, marriage in 2 years is fast. But if you find your partner and you all speak to each other and that happens, then that happens. Never put a time limit on anything. But yeah, on that trajectory for sure.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to pop.
Okay.
All right. And why'd you end up popping?
Just because I want someone who is marriage minded and focused on building a family and, you know, time is, you just never know what can happen, but I want someone that has that on their forefront of.
You know what I hear? Her biological clock ticking. That's what I hear. Her biological clock ticking. She want it when she wants it on this time frame. Life don't work that way. You're not going to be able to have it like that. It's damn near fucking impossible. There are people that get married in a year. And I've known people to get married in a year, and I've known them same people to have struggles within those first 5 years. But if you take the time to build and come together, then you can have something solid. I don't think you should just rush into marriage just because I want somebody that's marriage minded. No, like I think you're more so focused on the marriage, the ideal of marriage,
for sure,
than actually
like
building
said,
a
I've usually talked to
foundation
taller
of
women.
marriage.
She's very beautiful, very attractive, great career. So yeah, definitely for sure.
Thanks. We do have our last lady over here. So just want to ask as well, is she someone that's your type?
She is.
Hey,
She is.
Oh, you got all 32 out. Come on up here. I'll have you stand on that side of me. No, you'll stand over here. Okay, y'all. Any final question between the two of you before we determine if we've got a match?
How would your friends describe you?
Funny, outgoing, inspirational. I have a group of around like 50 fellas that we always motivate each other every single day.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot.
You know, 55 people.
Yeah, I
Closely.
do. Like closely. Yeah, and we all push each other every day, whether it may be something physical along the lines of working out, or within like your work sector. We push each other every day. So yeah, that's what they would describe me as.
And you're good with questions? You have a last one? One last one. If you have one.
Do you have any children?
No.
No? Okay. I don't either. So.
Okay. Well, let me ask my question then. Is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
For sure.
We got a match. I'll take the mic. And you guys can go on off. Get your girl. Make some noise for them ladies.